Hey guys, Renault here. Welcome back to the UniONE career, this time for Formula 2 and round 3 of 10 of this F2 season here at the Red Bull Ring. One of the few power tracks on the full F1 calendar, although the middle sector lap is, well, that's the technical part, so well, with all these cars being equal, it depends. Do you go for a setup more for low drag or more for one where you can actually make the time through the corners? Because it's all good having minimum downforce so you get the maximum straight line speed, but you've got to deal with these high speed corners. It's like now onto the formation lap. It's like everyone's getting away so far down towards the back of the grid, and yeah, everyone's managed to get away this time because it is so easy to end up actually just stall these cars completely. And you've got the starting grid there on the left hand side. But Jack Aitken on pole position with a great lap to take the 4 points that come with it, and Yuki Tsunoda, a Honda back driver, so which in a way makes him a Red Bull back driver as well, so he's got lots of proof line from the front row in only his third Grand Prix. And we've got Seti Kamara down in P6, so not the best qualifying for him, especially since his championship rival De Vries is a few places up in front of him, starting in P3, so yeah, he's going to need to pick up the pace a little bit. But sort of picking up the pace, Nicholas Latifi, what is happening to the Canadian? He's having an absolute mare, down in what, that 12th place? The championship's just slipping away from him even before it really even begun, really. Being such a short championship as well, you can't afford a bad race, like, at all. I mean, it could be on for his third bad race in a row. But for this race, we're following on board with Dorian Boccolacci, starting in 17th place in the Campos, whilst his teammates on pole, so yeah, Boccolacci is also someone he needs to get the hurry up, coming to the 5 red lights for the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. It's like a pretty even start there from everyone. Actually, I think Aitken's got the best out there away from pole. Also, we actually got a little bit of 3-1 action there going down further towards the pack. Now we've got Boccolacci finding away around the outside line there of Tatiana Caldron, the only female driver on the grid, finds a way around the outside line in third. Now they're going to start outside line with one of the Sauber Junior cars. And it's going to be about the dry race now. Up into turn 3. So we're still going side by side, it's tucking now then into the slipstream as we come up now into the corner. It's going to be a massive dive from here from the south side. 5 places to make up now into one corner. It's going to be 3 wide now into the corner. It's going to be very slow there on exit as well. Still keeping it side by side there. 23. Then we've got yellow flags over the back. It looks like everyone's managed to get away near enough unscathed, if not completely. And we've got that's the Sauber then made the dive, so that's the Sauber there of Sato. So making a good start from his pretty poor qualifying effort. Then we've got Jordan King doing better then with Latifi. He managed to make the move stick there on the Canadian. Then we've got Sato looking very interested in the back of the Canadian's car here in the dams. Sato there with a mega start. I mean, qualifying is actually going to plan. He scored his first points last time out at France, so he's going to be getting his confidence now then with that Sauber car, because with these, again to grips as well with these Pirelli tyres. We've got Boccolacci there all over the back end of Artem Markov, who looks like Latifi's had a pretty horrific qualifying to I mean, I would say to put it nicely, but that is just to put it how it is. Going on the threat now then from the Frenchman and coming on the run now down into turn 1. Of course, no DRS here for the next few laps. And Boccolacci's wheeling low place. He's going to go for the inside line. Is he? Markov's going to force the issue, but Boccolacci goes for a dive on the inside line. In turn 1, he's going to force out the Russian there on the air pace, which does. Markov gets a horrible run out of the corner. Trying to pray then to Sean Galeo in the Prema, and his teammate Tatiana Caldron as well. And we've got the ALT there, Nikita Mazepin getting involved now as well. Going on the run now down into turn 3. Going to be side by side there between Caldron, or is that Markov? Is Markov there, and Mazepin. Mazepin there around the outside line on the racing line, but Markov with the inside line and going down now. It will be turn 4. So he's going to prevail. It's like Markov. I think Markov's doing a bit of a lower drag setup than what Mazepin is. Actually, here comes Caldron as well. Some good check down speed, but she's not able to make anything of it there into turn 4. We've got Boccolacci still right up behind the back then of Marina Sato in that Sauber. It's gone from 18th to 13th, so it's a great start there from the Japanese driver in the Sauber Junior team car, which is in effect the Formula 2 team for Alfa Romeo. So some big shoes to fill there for Marina Sato, and of course for Callum Ilott as well, the one to potentially move up to the Alfa Romeo team in Formula 1 in the near future. Coming into the final 2 corners now, Boccolacci's all over the back here of Sato, there's nothing he really can do. He's got Sean Galeo. He's closing up to them, and now there's Jack Aitken put the fast lap of the race. So of course, Aitken, I'm guessing, he's still leading the race, and judging by that, Sato getting a good run there. Sato, I think, also running one of a very low drag setup, but it's got Sauber styling between the 2 cars up in front, coming now into turn 1. That's going to slow both of them down massively there on the apex. Sato gets a mega run there off of the corner, and then DRS. Of course, this is a DRS zone here as well. I forgot they're coming up the straight here from this turn to the next one. is also a DRS, and they've got Salto looking very interested there behind the back of. Is that his teammate Isla? It is. It's doing the two Salvas going side by side now into turn 3. Because Isla there with the Ferrari backing as well, so he could be part of Ferrari, he could also be part of Alfa Romeo, he could go to either of the two teams, especially with the Ferrari link that team has. And then you actually got Boccolacci going for a dive on the inside line as well of Callum Ilott, can make the move, stick on the inside line of the Brit, who was, I think, he come 3rd in what was the last season of GP3, so he's got some pretty good talent on him. I mean, come top 3 in the championship with, obviously all these drivers, you have to be talented enough to get here in the first place. And you're actually pulling a bit away from losing a bit of ground then to Boccolacci in front. Then maybe Ilott still struggling with the tyres a bit more than what Salto is at this point in the season. I mean, it's still in the third race and these brake tyres. Well, they don't exactly wear out in these shorter races, but it's still, as you have to keep the tyres in working range if he overheats his tyres. I mean, it's possible to do that. I mean, getting up to temperature as well, so you've got to do either of them. So, either way, Callum Ilott having some kind of drama, Jordan King fast lap, which is then taken immediately by Nicholas Latifi. So Latifi might have finally woken up in this championship. It's only took him 2 races and 4 laps to actually be able to do that, but at least he's actually going to be on the move now, especially since his teammates in the camera won the opening race at Russia, and De Vries won last time out, so it's 1-1. Then into turn 2, and you got a good actually seeing a personal best sector there for Boccolacci, but now then onto the end of lap 5. Getting right into the back then of Marino Sarto in that Sauber Junior Team car. You've still got Callum Ilott then as the car behind. Although Callum Ilott has fallen about 2 seconds or so, I'd say, behind this queue in front of him. And then we've got Boccolacci getting with the DRS now into turn 1, and Sarto there goes very defensive to the inside line. You have to block him off there. And you've got yellow flags behind, so he couldn't ever take through this zone anyway. Now then you have DRS once again then for Boccolacci. Can he surely going to get that into actually? No, you've got a safety car deployed. Boccolacci almost slams into the back there then of Marino Sarto. Slams on the brakes immediately. I mean, you have to get down to the safety car delta, but when you've got a car right behind you, that's not the best thing to do in the bottom. It's Sean Galeo now out of the race. Has he crashed with Ilott? Because, I mean, Ilott's still in 14th place. I think the fountain of the picker than the boxing. I mean, it's a few laps earlier than what we would have done, but under safety car, it's a no-brainer to box. And, of course, with the time that you'll make up as well. You know, getting on safety car speeds, you won't lose much time. Now then, looking at the DRS here, a replay of what happened. You know, we've actually got one of the Ardens there up behind the back, and then Galeo into turn 1. But no, his engine's gone now into turn 1. That's a Mechachrome engine failure there for Sean Galeo. And that's a massive disappointment there, and that's going to be a worry then for everyone really, because all these cars are identical except the paintwork really. That's the only difference. Well, and of course the quality of the mechanics, and an engine going bang, that's not a good sign. And as Galeo there disappears off to retire, and then back onto the live action onto the end of that lap, and every single other car on the grid is coming into the pit lane now. I mean. Like I said, it's a no-brainer, because what's the point in staying out for another 2 or 3 laps when you can have another 2 or 3 laps under safety car anyway, so you're basically taking no life out of your tyres, and you'd be losing so much time if you stayed out. But oh no, wait, oh, and your queue, of course we are! Jack Aitken was first in, of course, so like, oh no, it's going to be like the 2014 race, round 1, where everything was just stuck in the pit lane. Now we've got the other 2 Tridents here having to queue as well, and then the Arden there of Markov managed to get out, so now we're looking forward here then with Guan Yu Zhou, who's getting his tyre chain onto the soft tyres now as one of the Sauber cars gets out, but Guan Yu Zhou can go absolutely nowhere because he's being blocked in there by the Trident there of Ralph Boschong, so this is going to throw a massive spanner into the works here. And I mean, look at the MP, I mean, this is a good time to be an MP driver. You've got the M pit box and absolutely no one can hold you up in front of your teammate can when you're double stacking, but you get the point. There's no one in front of you to get stuck there as well, and that's not worked out at all there for this Sauber car here, and for Boschong as well either. And then taking a look at the running order of how things are going now, and it's somehow, how has this happened? Sergio Setecamera is leading the Grand Prix, and you wouldn't believe it. The other championship rival then of Nick De Vries is right up down in the back of them. So the two of them have somehow managed to find themselves completely together now. Then you have Robert Schwarzman, who managed to get himself a little bit up then into P3, and Jack Aitken, he's lost a few places there. I think he's down into what, 5th or 6th. And you have Jordan King, Yuki Tsunoda, he's not fared well either, from 2nd place down to like 8th or something like that. Then we have Latifi, who hasn't really gone anywhere, honestly. And then we got, what's that then? We got one of the tries here, Valacy, and then we have Latifi, so a few cars have been in between them. Then we have a Mazepin, then Sato. So Sato's pretty much where he was. He's still got Boccolacci right behind him, so towards the end, the back of the pack, things haven't really changed then, or too much in the grand scheme of things. Then we have Rancona, who's made his way from the back of the road, so that's why it's out of him being the end MP pit box. You have Delachas with them, then Cauldron. Then the other Trident, as we saw then, of Boschong, who had a pretty poor time. And then Callum Ilott, who I think is unfortunate for him, now bringing up the rear of the grid. It's on to our lap 8, so he's only one lap earlier now, really, than what everyone would have been. I'm sure everyone's going to eke out one more lap from their tyres, but the safety car, though, is coming in then at the end of this lap. And a new rule in Formula 2 from this year, which is a change from last year, is that you can't overtake until you get past the until you get past the start-finish line. So you can get, I think you can probably get up side by side if you wanted to. Really, it's a bit cheeky, but you can't pass the car in front of you, unless they have an issue with something, of course, until you cross the start-finish line. So don't really know why that's a change, but that's just the way things are. And we've still got overtaking going. Slam on the brakes, of course. I think everyone went to go for it, but then they remembered they can't overtake before the first corner, so everyone's going to try to back out of it once again. We've got Rangunathan gaining now when he's a bit behind. They've still got the team out there into turn 1, and everything, unsurprisingly, remains completely the same for the time being, at least anyway. Of course, since it's a safety car as well, there's not going to be any DRS now for the next few laps, so it's going to be the time for Seta Camera in his race to make the charge now and try and break away from all these other cars behind. Then we've got De Vries still holding on there in P2 to that's not really surprising, honestly. I mean, it's and still got Schwartzman there staying in a good P3, and only he's also his third race in Formula 2, so some good pace there from the Formula 3 champion since the F3 season is already completely done. So he got the move straight up, which honestly I think it doesn't work out too badly, you know. And he's still right behind the back then of starter here with Boccolacci. And honestly, I think he's gone for a bit more of a corner-based setup, so he can get the speed through the corners. He's sticking to the cars like glue in front, but as we've seen so far, hasn't really got the overall straight line speed to be able to maximise that to see how much time he loses there, just on a straight line as well. We've got Rangunathan actually getting behind, and Rangunathan honestly has struggled so far. I mean, with quite a few drivers, Cauldron as well, both the Tridents have really hadn't done too great. A sexy camera puts up the fastest lap in the Grand Prix, so he's definitely he's took the lead and he's just running away with it. I mean, what else will you do when you're out front? You've been gifted this opportunity, so you got to make the most of it, though. Although we have got a bit of side-by-side action here off the front. There's got Latifi now trying to make a move here on the Trident of Giuliano Alesi, one of the drivers coming into the race who hasn't actually got any points on the board yet. I don't think so anyway. There's going to be a move there on the inside line for Latifi under braking. Although Alesi, they can try to hold it around the outside line. Right out there pretty well, but you get squeezed out though on corner exit, now he's going to lost momentum. And then could that present an opportunity then for Mason to try and make a move on the Frenchman coming down into this corner. He's not quite good, so we've got Boccolacci, they're trying to go in the outside line here, Marina Santos. Boccolacci getting very inventive. He's definitely woken up in this race. And if he found his mojo, and so we're going around the outside, which he'll then touch his inside line here for the next corner. And surely Santos going to back out that. No way to try to win this. He's going to try and hold it around the outside line here of Boccolacci, but there's no way, especially, I mean, maybe in the Formula 1 cars, maybe if you're in a top car, you could have got away with that, but in Formula 2 cars, that is just not going to happen. There's no way of saying it, that just is not a viable move you can do in a Formula 2 car. Then we've got Macepin now as the next target in for Boccolacci. He's now into the points place, he's into 12th place, so either way, it's still been a better race for him so far. It's been in the first two. You're getting a brilliant run here. This is allowing us to do some pure momentum, and he's looking over the back there. Macepin goes very defensive, and going to force Boccolacci to go around the outside line. He's going to go very defensive turn. He's going to park it on the apex as well, and Boccolacci gets a massive band of oversteer there, trying to just avoid the back of him. And now they're actually just going to allow Sato to come to flying straight back past Boccolacci. He's going to be fuming now with that. Macepin getting very, very dirty. Coming up now then into turn 2, he's going to go for a dive back on the inside line. Boccolacci not take this line down. He's all fired up now, and he cannot blame the Frenchman whatsoever. That was honestly really dirty there. For me, it was just about fair really from Macepin. Now he's still got Boccolacci right about back of him once again. He's going to be staggered by this. He's going to pull to the inside line now, coming into turn 3. A bit of luck on there from Macepin. And Boccolacci forces Macepin out wide. Managed to get it past him now. He can start once again. Starting the ever opportunistic in this race. They're going to make the move through. Yeah, he's made that move stick there on Macepin. You got side by side behind now with Rangunathan and Guan Yu Zhou, the recovering Guan Yu Zhou, who we saw got stuck behind the Trident for quite some time. Makes a move through there on the Indian, although he does have a Dutch license. So don't really know why, but I think MP is Dutch, so I guess that kind of in a way makes sense really. But now then, around the final corner, Boccolacci I managed to pull a bit of a gap there on Sarto, and then we've still got Macepin now got Guan Yu Zhou right behind him as well. And Mason goes Vettel to the inside line. Can Joe make the move? Try and make a move now. He goes Vettel to the inside line. Just sticks behind him. What he saw what happened to Boccolacci like before. It all got told on the team radio that Mason likes to park the stadium on the apex. You've got DRS again, but also frustratingly for Zhu, Matesman also has the DRS, so he's going to survive up now into turn 2, is he? Does he a bit of luck with the front Guan Yu Zhou? That's not going to do his tyres any good whatsoever. He manages to get away with it. And straight on to the end of lap 2, hardcore onto the end of lap 12, onto a start lap 13. Boccolacci puts up his personal best lap of the race. He is gaining now then on the back of the Frenchman, now Giuliano Alesi. But now then, he gets a good run there after turn 1, although Alesi gets a better one. There's going to be DRS now then for Boccolacci. Of course, it's all about natural pride here. These the two Frenchmen on the grid. Now they're going to go for the outside line. It'll be an interesting move here from Boccolacci if he can pull this one off as Alesi outbreaks him up the inside line. He just can't quite clear the nose, and Boschon gets a brilliant run there on the racing line as it is. And also, I think he gets DRS again, does he? Or is Alesi the one with the DRS? Actually, none of them have DRS. They must have been dead even as they crossed the detection point. Was just with the better momentum on the racing line. Boschon is a brilliant move there from the Frenchman on his fellow Frenchman. But either way, as it stands, they're both on for their first points of the season, but Boccolacci first points of the season. Alesi his first points in Formula 2, so either way, still a positive race for these two. A bit further on, they've got Markov here doing battle with Yuki Tsunoda. Going now into turn 2. Markov going to undo what Boccolacci did on Alesi a few laps ago, trying to Tsunoda there fights back towards the Russian. Now there's going to be DRS though for one of these two. Actually, DRS for both of them because they're both right behind Aiken in front, and we've got Tsunoda here trying to put himself back in front of Markov. She can try and go around the outside line. It's going to be a brave move if the Russian can stick it here around the outside line. Yeah, they just got match shoes. No, just about get squeezed out there by Tsunoda. A good fight in there, honestly, from the rookie. I mean, he's started on the front row, so he has got some good, genuine pace. Now they're moving all the way on to lap 19, so unfortunately, for Boccolacci at least, not a lot really happened after he managed to get past Alesi. Boccolacci's actually has some good pace to catch up to this group of cars. Bring in with Latifi, then Markov, Tsunoda and Aiken and all that. But he's just ran out of laps. What's it been, what, 5 or 6 laps really? He's left Alesi for dust, 3.5 seconds nearly behind him, so yeah, it's been some great pace from Boccolacci from 17th to 9th. Although I don't really know where it would have been if it wasn't for that safety car, so I think it still probably would have been somewhere around here anyway. He's shown some honestly really encouraging pace in his race. It feels like he's finally got to grips with his car. At least the car for this year. I mean, it wasn't the same car. I think it was the same car last year as well. So yeah, not really exactly. Well, it's not any different really from last year to this year. But Sete Camero leading the Grand Prix, and importantly for him, for a good morale boost as well, has managed to pull away from his championship rival there, Nick De Vries. So a good psychological boost as well there for the Brazilian. Although he's actually got to cross the line. I mean, the F2 cars we've seen with the Galeo, they can just blow up. I mean, they're all the same cars, so they've all got the same potential of doing that in a way. If you think about it like that. It's only got 1 set left to go then for Sete Camera, who has been, I'd say he's been in control of the race. He wouldn't have been in control of the race at all if it wasn't for that so lucky pit lane incident. I mean, that pit lane scramble, that was honestly something that hasn't been seen in a very long time. Like I said, back into a UniONE career, 2014, the first ever race. But now then, going to the line, it's going to be Sete Camera to win the Austrian Grand Prix and get the championship for him back on track after his underperformance back at France. I think in second place then for De Vries, and I think third there for Schwarzman. Now coming around the final corner, the Boccolacci now going on to the line, running all over the curves, hasn't managed to get past the Latifi, but still P9, first points on the board there for Boccolacci, double point score as well for Campos. That's going to help them in the team's championship. So all around, it's been a pretty good race for Boccolacci. You can definitely build off the momentum from this, but I mean, we saw the French drivers have good races. It's the French teams that still dominate DAMS and ART, still dominating things. The Sete Camera now takes his second win from out of 3 races, so 2 out of 3. That's not bad. He was on the podium last race as well, so yeah, so he's definitely showing his championship potential here, along with De Vries as well. Guan Yu Zhou gets back up to 12th. Actually, he has a really good recovery since he was like nearly dead last, or not far off. There we have Sete Camera celebrating that win, and then up there along with De Vries and Schwarzman. So 3 different teams on the podium, and Schwarzman his first podium in Formula 2, so it's a good pace there from the rookie. And here comes the champagne once again. De Vries and Seti Camera, the two championship rivals, are now going to make each other very, very sticky. Yeah, don't think about it in that other context. In these two, in one epic championship, there's going to be 7 races left to go. And again, it's definitely going to go to either one of these. Taking a look at the results for the point scorers at least, and Seti Camera takes the victory and the fastest lap as well. To take maximum race points, but he didn't get the pole, so he doesn't get the full points that he could for this weekend. With De Vries in second and Schwartzman running off the podium in third. Giotto finishes where he started in fourth, with Aiken down in fifth ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. Then you have Markelov with a good race from where he started to finish in P7 for the Arden team, with Latifi in P8, Boccolacci from 17th to 9th, so a good race as well from the Frenchman. And Lacey in 10th gets his first points in Formula 2. Sato scores points once again for the Sauber Junior team, and Guan Yu Zhou, as we saw, comes home in 12th place to score a very, very hard fought point for Uni Virtuosi. So on to the top 12 for the Drivers' Championship, and Nick De Vries holds on to his championship lead by only just, and that's because he got pole in round 1, and did he get pole in round 2 as well? I think he did. So the pole points are what's keeping him in the lead, honestly. So those points for pole is absolutely critical. And we got Giotto in third place, quite some way off, 24 points after 3 races. That's quite a gap to have. And Schwartzman with his podium gets right up now into P4, only 9 points behind Giotto. Aiken gets up into 5th place, 1 point clear then of Artem Markelov. He gets ahead of fellow Russian Nikita Mazepin. You have Delatraz in 8th place with 13 points, joint with Latifi. And Yuki Tsunoda up now into 10th with 12 points. Jordan King down to 11th with 11 points, and Guan Yu Zhou in 12th place with 7. Finally, moving on to the constructor standings, and ART still lead the way, 8 points clear then of Dams. And we have Uni Virtuosi in P3, 34 points off the lead already. And Prema with a good result there for Schwartzman, at least anyway. And I think that definitely makes up for the disappointment of the retirement of Galeo, get up into 4th place. And they're now 4 points clear then of the defending champions from last year, Carlin. Campos with their double points get up into 6th place with 23. 5 points clear then of Arden, who dropped down into 7th. MP dropped down into 8th. With those 11 points all belonging to Jordan King, with Trident in 9th on 6 points, and Sauber rounding off the standings in 10th with 4. So remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this race, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Remember to check out the wiki for this championship as well, for the main championship, the Formula 1 side of things. I'll be linked in the description down below. If you want to check out the current season, past seasons, teams, drivers, everything, the lots, all there. So also remember to give me a follow on Instagram and Twitter. They'll be linked down below in the description as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.